Do you think I came up the lagging in a bubble?
Oh, Jesus, he's falling around the gap.
Hang on, can I submit my confession?
Welcome, Middlers, to the latest installment of Meet in the Middle podcast. We're on episode 26, and I'm joined by James and Rach, and he's back for good. It's Danny.
Yes!
I want you back for good.
Oh, here we go. We sing
There we
song.
go. Welcome to the team, Danny.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's good to be
Wait, this is every week
here.
now.
Yeah. Every
I
week.
don't remember fucking signing this.
Well, you
Sure.
did, and you're
Oh,
stuck
shit.
with me now, so get over it.
Yeah.
Could be worse. Could be worse. Oh, shit. Oh,
There he
I thought
is.
the camera was going there. Have you got that
Hello.
on facial tracking? Yeah, you do. The camera was moving with you.
What was it? I'm sorry.
See, we go
Yeah.
we go all the way down to Hastings, and we bring back another co-host.
I know. How was your weekend?
It was
Oh,
cracking.
It was good.
Just fucking shit.
The company wasn't bad either. So
Very good
no.
host. You had a bed to sleep in. You had food in
I
your
did.
tummy.
It's actually
You had
just-
beer in your belly.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Well,
It's the bed I was in.
And
is
you
like
played with
literally
my
just behind you
tits.
there.
Was that, and it wasn't the ones you shown us in the last episode.
no.
Nope.
Please enlighten us, Danny. Tell us. 'cause
So
I wasn't
obviously, if you remember from season 1 when you had me on, I used to be a drag queen, and so I have a breastplate, and it's like a silicone top that you put on that has like boobs built on it on the front of it, silicone boobs, big old jalopy, like double D, whatever you call them, massive titties, and yeah, James decided to have a little play with them, didn't you, James?
I turned them on.
I
Yeah, I
actually.
And they
wet
were on the
myself.
kitchen counter the whole weekend, and every time I passed it, I had to give it a little smack, little hack.
They're hidden under my bed now.
So we're hidden under James's bed at the
Yeah.
weekend.
Oh dear.
Mhm.
Obviously, Bradley met up with us because I knew about the surprise. So whenever Danny had video called me, all I could see was these pair of tits in the back sitting on the table, you know, on his dining table. I was like, Danny, you owns them tits?
We were on
Yeah,
a
so me and Jake had no idea that Bradley was in Danny's house this whole time, and he was calling us from the drive down from Luton to Hastings, asking where we were, how long we were going to be, and asking to send the location so he could keep an eye on us. And which obviously was because Bradley was in the apartment, or sorry, the house this whole time, and we were crawling up the stairs. And then I thought it was strange. He's like, "That's the bathroom in there. If you want to just go in and have a look at the bathroom," and I was like, "Why is he showing me the bathroom?" And I opened the door, and there's Bradley laid out in the bath with his phone recording and Jake's reaction.
Yeah, it was there all along as well because we did a cheeky Instagram live on the way down as well.
Yeah.
he
That's
was
right.
We,
Oh my
there.
god, I can't
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah, we had some exclusives on the way down. Obviously, we won't share them because you need to tune in to Instagram lives to get some little exclusives.
Yep.
I actually can't remember the exclusive.
We had a
Joey,
little confessional.
Oh,
Well, we had Joey,
Yeah,
and we had a
Joey's
little
back.
confessional
again in the bar.
from Rachel's mum.
My mother was on live.
Yes.
Yes. So if you've not already, you need to subscribe to the Instagram account, podcast.meet in the middle, because you'll get notification when we go live. And there might be another parent. It's like parents' evening. Get a little.
Oh God, I'm not
Yeah,
getting
little
my mum
confession.
on. Oh jeez.
I'm not either. No, but we all
I'll
had
get
a good
mine on.
weekend.
My mom will tell a few stories. So yeah, if you're looking forward to that or are interested in listening to it, give us a follow on the Instagram and don't miss any of our lives. And while you're doing that, why don't you go on and follow us on Spotify and also give us a 5-star review while you're there. Goes a long way and helps us a lot on the podcast.
And TikTok as well. Don't forget TikTok.
Oh, we have TikTok. That's right.
Yeah, I'm not doing no dancers yet.
Send me to me, Rachel. What's it on the TikTok?
Oh God.
You just picture you, Jake.
No,
It would be funny.
That's so 2020. I'm not there now.
Oh, he's over that. That's so 2020. But when talking about Instagram, he said, "Please subscribe to us.
Please.
Please.
Send it to me, please."
I'm getting used to all this. I've never been active on social media, so I'm getting used to it. So give me a chance. Come on.
I'll get my mum
give it-
on it. I get her on it. She'll never get off it.
We'll just have it hosted by your mum next time.
Oh,
She
no.
got up out of her seat and everything to get on the live. She was right over
Yeah, she
looking
was
over your
begging
shoulder
for it.
like
She was
that
like,
on
"Yeah,
the
get
live.
me on there."
She was having a wee nosy at a few people. Not say who.
Got more than she was bargaining for.
She did all right. My poor dad was sitting beside us too. Anyway.
So yeah. So don't miss out. Get followers. That's what it is. Followers on Instagram. That's the word.
You caught on.
Yeah. I think we've caught up, and I'm sure more will come out as we go along. And I'm
Oh.
sure
Yes.
Rachel's got a few things to say. Well, on Have You Heard, I'm going a bit political this week. Yeah,
What? Are you stepping into our zone, Jake?
I am.
Ulster says no.
Well, I'm going to get splinters. I'm going to sit on this fence because it's the election coming up.
Oh shit.
And yeah. Have you heard about the AI candidate that's standing for Parliament?
Ooh,
Are you
no.
serious?
Yes.
AI candidate?
Yes.
No, haven't heard of it.
And it's not April Fool's either.
Right.
So this is actually in Danny's neck of the woods. Well, close by. There's an AI candidate called AI Steve standing for Parliament in Brighton.
Ooh.
Yes.
AI Steve.
AI Steve, how you doing?
All right, okay.
But the worrying thing is, every decision is going to be run through this AI if they get elected to Parliament. So anything that the constituents come up with goes directly through AI Steve. But there is actually a real person that will turn up to Parliament because you can't send AI in yet anyway.
Right.
So yeah, so he's an independent candidate because he can't run his party. See, this is me getting all political.
That would be
serious
so
now.
funny seeing like an Alexa outside like 10 Downing Street press conference.
Alexa, what should we do? I don't know. I do not understand.
Alexa, do a wet fart.
Imagine if someone hacked it.
Here are dog noises.
It's
I'm
not going to
sorry.
catch on.
I did not get that.
Well, you see that. So he first ran as a councillor in 2022 and he won 487 votes.
Right.
Oh.
And he's now standing again. So the real Steve will attend Parliament. But any votes in Parliament will be run by this AI. And he's hoping for more candidates to join his Smarter UK party. So he's hoping that they'll have a field full of AI candidates that will join this party. And he has an ambition. He's not ruling out being Prime Minister one day. I thought, what's it? Captain Binface? What was it? The Binface one, the one that's running in his like Monster Raving Loony Party.
Captain
Like
Binface?
Dusty
What a name.
Bin.
Are you sure you're not getting a Sesame Street crossover here?
No, he was. Oh, he's running for Parliament this year. He always runs every year, and he never wins. And I think he just beat. He just missed out on Boris Johnson. I think he was running the same constituency as Boris Johnson, and he even shook his hand. Apparently, it was a few years back.
Jake, you still
but-
pissed from the weekend?
No,
What's going
no.
on?
I swear,
What's going on
I've
here?
not had a fever dream. I know I've got a bit of a glow to me, but it's the heat, and I've not got heat stroke. But this is all a bit scary because I don't know if any of you watched Black Mirror.
I love Black.
There was actually,
Yeah, loved it.
Is it
there was
good?
but some of it's coming true because there was actually an AI thing that became Prime Minister in it, and it's coming. Well, obviously not Prime Minister, but it's making its way there. But it's just crazy, like AI. Like we talked about it briefly in last season, but that was just early stages, and the way it's come through.
Yeah.
Well, look at how it predicted. Like it picked my name out when you did that AI story from Nottingham.
Yeah.
Yep, that was funny.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
do any of you use AI, like at work
No.
or in like day to day?
I
No.
started using it a bit, but I don't want to use it too much because I don't want it to do more work than me.
I really am lost. It's like a new generation that I have not even looked at yet. Like it's
So you've never looked to
beyond the
like Chat
Nokias.
GPT?
You know, like it's beyond. No.
No.
Oh, I
Well,
used it.
you kind of did when I was over in Nottingham with Jake. Remember, we did the story thing that Jake mentioned, and we asked it to tell us a story about James that came. Oh no, a guy that came over from Dublin to meet his friend in Nottingham. We didn't give names, and actually came up with Jake from Nottingham.
Yeah, I remember that, but other than
Yeah.
that, I have never looked into it.
Well, it's even advanced now because I know I sent you something, James, where you take a picture and it will describe everything. And it even told me I was drinking too much coffee because I got that many coffee cups on the table.
You took
It
a picture of
recognised-
your piss. What's wrong with me?
But saying that though, I think there was one. I think it might have been Amazon or something that was in the news not long back, where in their Amazon Fresh stores they use AI to charge you for stuff. But
Right.
it turns out there was actually people watching cameras in, I think it might have been India, and they were the AI. And so obviously we're not 100% there yet. Still needs a bit of intervention.
Yeah, but they must
I
have been
think I've
watching for
seen.
like shoplifters or something.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of clips on TikTok of American drive-through takeaway drive-throughs with AI taking the order, like the likes of Wendy's. I think I've seen it on, and possibly one or two others. But they're taking your order and feeding it back to you on the screen.
Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
Mad.
Really
Danny, do you use it?
So yeah, I use it at work, and I've used Chat GPT a few times. I've
Right.
used Chat GPT to write a complaint letter, and it was absolutely spot on, brilliant. Because you can say like,
Did it
be
go full
formal,
Karen?
but be really to the point, or you know,
Mhm.
yeah, it was like full on Karen, but it was brilliant. I was like, I'm going to send this, and I did.
I've seen
Good.
structure for it. I forget. It was like an acronym for getting the most out of Chat GPT, and it was like something like give. It started with or I think because it was role. So you give the role. So say you were acting as a like district manager for blah blah blah. Then you give it the intent, the backstory, and then there's so many. There's a way of doing it, and then when you give it all this information, it's the best you can get out of it.
I've also used it for like music video creation. So there's a piece of
Mhm.
software
Yeah.
called Kyber.ai, and you type in a prompt like
I think
say
I've
what
heard
your
that.
song's about, and it would then just like put a music video together for you, like anime style, or yeah,
Class.
it's really really. Oh, and image generation as well. That's really
Yeah, I've
I've
done
tried
that.
that.
I'm new to all this. I
Where
really
you
need
expand the
to.
picture, like you can expand it and
yes,
expand
you can
it.
do like generative background expanding, but like there's like DALI and Copilot image generation. Do you remember like if you if any of the listeners know, I also have a character called Meta Granny, and I did like a Funko Pop on Copilot and was like create a Funko Pop with as a 87-year-old granny with red glasses, and
Yeah.
it did it, popped it out in like
So is that where you got Meta Granny from?
no, it's not
Pretty
where I got it from, but
not like the character, but the animations and stuff.
yeah,
Like
some of the imagery that I use on the Instagram has been Gen
yeah.
AI'd, yeah.
So for any of the
Oh,
listeners that don't know Meta Granny, should we introduce them briefly? Will we interview
yeah.
her? Do
Yeah.
you want to take the reign on this one, Rachel? Let's welcome Meta Granny, and you can give her a little brief interview for the listeners.
Okay, so Meta Granny, can you tell us what you like about VR?
Hi, baby. Yes, it's me, Meta Granny. Could you be a little bit louder, baby? Because that was in my bad ear. I didn't hear what you said.
Can you tell us what you like about VR?
What I like
And why
about
it-
VR, baby?
Yeah, and your headset.
My
Can you hear me
headset.
okay,
Yeah, I
Granny?
hear you, baby, but I ain't got no idea what you saying. Where you from, baby? America, baby?
Oh, Granny, you know me, Rachel from Belfast.
Belfast. Is that Florida,
Yes.
baby?
No, not Florida.
Yeah, I like to do lots of things
Oh.
in VR. I like seeing all the people. I like having fun, and You know, I got my VR off my daughter, Lurleen. She fat bitch. Yeah, and I go in there and have fun with the boys because I like big dick.
How old are you, Meta Granny?
I'm 87 years old, baby. Yes.
And where are you from?
Houston, Texas, baby.
I
So there's
remember. Sorry, I'll just bring this in. I
Yeah.
remember the
Do it.
first time. I think me, James, and Jake, and a few others were online, and we were playing like, I don't know. It wasn't Truth or Dare. It was like Never Have I Ever or something in a world on VR. And Meta Granny was in the room, and I was like, "Who's that?" And for ages,
That old bitch.
I thought that this was wee old woman online.
I just love it.
No, and
I
about
love
2
it.
months, 2 months later, I found out that it was our Danny Bluehoo.
That's right.
So yeah,
And that was not AI taking over Danny.
No.
no,
Just
it
to,
wasn't.
No,
just to
actually,
confirm.
we weren't
All me.
segueing there from AI into that. That was all Danny.
It's all my voice, baby. Yes, no voice.
What about our daughter
modulator.
Lurleen?
I can believe
She
it.
on VR?
She's a little bit deeper. Yeah, because she's a little bit slower and bit so she's out of breath a lot because she got asthma.
Oh
I just I
god.
love doing characters
sh-
like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do
I
you
guess
or
you could
so-
say it's a bit like trolling, but it's trolling in a
Maybe
good
not
way, and
trolling.
I don't hide behind it. I let people know that it's me. The Insta account tells people that it's a parody account and whatever. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, it's a lot of fun.
it is hilarious. But you have that theatrical side in you, and you just love doing wee things like that.
That's it. I
So
just got to get it
it's
out
nice.
somehow.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Granny will appear. Now you're a permanent member of the team. She comes as part of the package.
Yeah, we should definitely get her on doing something.
Yeah, if you
Yes.
want to hear
Well, no,
more from Granny, write into us and DM us.
Well, why don't you do that as a
Yes.
poll? Do people want to hear a segment with Granny? Don't know.
Yeah, let's
Ooh.
put it out there.
We'll do that. We'll put it out there and we'll go from there. But no, so just to wrap up this week's Have You Heard? It's all about AI.
Oh, yeah.
and- yeah, just to bring it back in. So all about AI and the possibility that we could be run by AI, not by the robots, but by Parliament. And that's me on my political soapbox without getting too controversial, unlike James and Rachel.
Oh.
Ulster says no.
So this week's Hoopy 50p in the Dickhead is again about me. This should just be called Rachel's bloody issues in life or something.
Rachel's therapy session.
I need a manual of my life, or a manual on how to do life right. But anyway, yes, we all like a wee trip to the dentist, don't we?
We do.
No.
No, yes,
Oh, I'm
no.
all right
Alright.
with it.
Good for the clinical teeth hygiene, or
I thought you
Yeah.
were
I'm
going to say
just going to talk
depression.
behind the...
So remember the wee issue I had last week and my crown fell out?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Mhm.
Well, prior to that, I had arranged to go to the dentist because I hadn't seen my dentist in about a year, I'd say, because I was changing dentist and somebody new was coming in. So I said, we'll get in contact with you. You've got a new dentist, blah, blah, blah. I was like, right, still waiting. No word from them. So I had to book an appointment. Took 2 months. Got the appointment. Went the other day for a checkup and a clean. What happened in the dentist?
The tooth fell out.
No, I walked in. He
Oh.
didn't even say hello. Didn't even say, how are you? I'm here to check your teeth, obviously. Not a word out of him. So I was like, look, my crown fell, like, can you put it back in? He's like, yes, do you want me to put it back in? I says, yes. So in the middle of putting my crown, and he turns around and says, you need a fill-in. And I was like, I know, and I need another one as well. And he was like,
Whoa! Yeah, but let's
Please
focus
keep
on the
it-
teeth, doctor.
please keep it clean. Please keep it clean. So I need a bit of work done to
Who
my
you
teeth,
telling?
obviously. I need a bit of work done to my teeth, obviously. And I was like, so you're not going to check my teeth today? And he's like, I don't have time. I was like, this is the reason why I'm here, but it just so happened my crown fell out. Can you not do both? No, I don't have time. You have to book. So I have to wait 2 months for another appointment to go back and get a proper checkup or a fill-in or whatever it is. And not a fill-in.
Yeah, say. And you said you like going to the dentist. I don't know.
How
I
long
hate
were you
going to
with
them.
him to get doing the crown, like getting fixed?
He put it in, and he walked around the room and was like,
It's hard work being a dentist.
and I was like, could you not have checked my teeth while that was hardening?
Right.
You know, but he couldn't really speak that much English. So I'm lying in the chair and I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. He's running around the room and I'm going, what the absolute fuck is going on? Like, what's going on? So then I was like, he said to me at the end, I'll have to book you in for another appointment. I says, right, book it in on the system. And he said, Sophie, come help. I don't know how to book appointments on the system.
Oh.
Here's me, jeez, what's going on? Like,
Oh,
He-
no.
I don't
Was
know.
he a real dentist?
This is what I mean.
Actually, you've got to be honest. You've got to be really nice to him, because if he's listening to this and you're going to see him in 2 months' time,
No, he definitely won't be listening. He hates me. He hated me from the day an hour walked in there the other day.
Here, I've got a question for you. Does anybody else, when you go to visit the dentist and you're lying in the chair and they make you wear those silly fucking glasses that always like end up falling up above your eyes, or like they're just not doing anything? But do you ever? I always like, I don't know where to look. Like, I don't want to like just like look them in the eyes while they're
And
like.
you're like,
So yeah, like I'm always like
I'm like that
I'll
as
look
well.
to the side and just look like
And
a
then they
big
move over
kid.
that side, you're like, what?
do you know, like the awkward moment as well when they leave your mouth open. So he went to like dry my mouth out with stuff before he put in the filling again or the crown again, and I was sitting like this for ages, like. I was sitting on my mouth, and he walked like around the room to go and get stuff. I'm like, breathe.
Oh,
it's worse when they put the Hoover in. When they put the little
Oh,
Hoover in,
yeah.
and it's like, and then it's like they're trying to flush it out with this side, and you're just dribbling all over. And then, especially if you've been numbed as well, and then they give you the mouthwash, and it's like, oh, just rinse it out. And you're like,
And your face is all numb. It's all.
yeah. It's like having a really, really tough night out. It's like they're trying to eat your kebab on the way home.
Jeez.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know what I'm going to do because I had a bit of a run-in with the receptionist at the end. Don't even like. I think that they're blindsided on this brand new dentist and thinks he's amazing. Okay, I'm not saying anything about his work because he did do a good job with the crown, but
Was it private or
other than that-
NHS?
no, it was on the health service.
Right.
But like, I think they're actually pushing me to go private. Like they're really doing their good job at it.
Well, I tried down
Got a
here to
solution
get an
for you.
You had a
NHS
run-in.
appointment and I couldn't get one. It had to be private.
I thought it's awful. It's really bad. It's
You like
terrible.
holidays,
Maybe you had a
Rachel?
run-in
Go
with
Turkey.
the receptionist because you looked like you were snarling at her.
Yeah.
I know. No, I did. I had a run-in with her at the end. It's like, I'm not paying for this checkup and clean. I only came here to get a checkup and clean, and he put my tooth in, and he's asking me to come back. It's a fucking shambles.
Well, Rachel, I had a run
I'm not paying for this.
at the weekend as well.
Oh,
Oh,
Yes.
Remember this?
not with the dentist,
We-
obviously.
No, it was we were looking at fudge.
I love a good bit of
We're
fudge.
looking at a bit of fudge, and I asked to try
Good
about
for your teeth,
3
huh?
pieces of different fudge. And the guy said to me, look, we can't give you a sample of every piece of fudge in the shop. And I was like, well, that's a bit presumptuous of you. I've only had 3. And I said, okay, well, look, I'll have that one, please. And he was like, okay, would you like anything else? And I said, well, I might have done had you have not made that comment to me. He was like, I was just making a statement. I said, well, it wasn't a statement. You were basically thinking I was going to try every piece of fudge in your shop, but I wasn't. So I'll take that one bag. And I left him a 1-star review as well on Google.
Oh, I didn't know that.
that's a
Don't
twist in the
come
story.
for me, bitch.
Do you know what was even funnier, Rachel? After that, we decided to go for a bit of food, a bit of lunch. It was lunchtime. We hadn't eaten yet. So we went to a bar just around the corner from it. A lovely little bar, nice quaint bar, and along the coast you could see the sea. And we went up to get a drink before we ordered food. And then he's seeing a lot of options for cider. So he said, "Oh, do you mind if I try that one there?" I was like, "Oh, here we fucking go again."
And the glare you got.
No, Johnny. But you know, like, try before you buy, because like I didn't realize you did that in a restaurant, and I started doing it in a restaurant, ordering a bottle of wine. Because sometimes you order a bottle of wine, it tastes like piss,
Right.
and it's like 30 quid or
Yeah.
40 quid, and you're like, that tastes like absolute piss.
hmm
So now I've started going, could I try it a wee bit to see if I actually like it?
And well, they
Because
were
it's
only
not
given
just
like
the
wine.
wine.
the teeniest, tiniest little piece
Yeah.
of it as
Slither.
well.
And when he gave it to me as well, because I came in to see what you were up to, and I was like, I bet backups in, and he got like a little cocktail stick. It was this tiniest bit of fudge. You know that micro art that you get? It was like that. And the thing is, though, poor James had come out the shop with his chocolate milk from Dublin, all excited because they did chocolate milk.
And I was just met with 2 sour faces and a
Yeah.
slither of fudge on the hand.
You just
Yeah.
walked right into that like weird ambience, like
Yeah. I was literally strolling out of the shop on me and going, bum, ba-da-da-da-dum.
And I was like, don't even go there. No.
I've got my chocolate milk, I'm fine, and these two are fighting over fudge. Like
It was Mars milk as well, which, well, you don't have in the Republic. I don't really have
Mars
it up north,
milk?
do you? Mars
Mars
bar
bar.
milk. We
I
don't have
think
it
we
here.
do have Mars bars milk.
Mars bars milk.
Mars bars. So
Say that
if we learned
really
a bit of lessons then, should we try before we buy on things?
I don't think you can do that with dentistry.
No, you can't do that. But anytime I go, it's so hard to get in, and then I was so excited to get my teeth cleaned and get sorted. I'm wanting to get my teeth fixed.
Well, they look lovely.
Yeah. Well, why don't we all just go to Turkey, all get his teeth done, and we'll come out with shining gnashes for the next podcast.
Donnie, where's your teeth?
Yeah.
What? I think that's good, dude.
Don't
Where's
be
your
looking-
beautiful teeth? He looks like Nonny McPhee over there.
Scylla.
I'll let you listeners into a little insight. So last week when Danny was on and I was like, Danny, and he was smiling away, and I was like, Danny, did you get your teeth done? And he was like, no. And then the next minute he just started lifting them out of his mouth, and I was like, they're not real.
I know. I don't know.
So
what
that's why I
to
took a
think
trip to
of
the
them.
dentist this week.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know how to round that one up. Who'd be 50p in the dentist?
Oh,
Oh, controversial.
Sorry.
Ah, no, it's me. Sorry, I was going to do what I did last week.
I thought you were going to do that
again.
Yay!
So I thought.
Should we let the viewers into a little secret, though?
Go on.
We did trim that down because, Danny, you were a bit longer last week.
Oh, really? Did you trim it
Did you?
down?
Yeah, and it was still long.
Oh, because I thought actually that was quite long. I didn't realise it was actually longer than that. Apologies.
Yeah, that's all
But
right.
He was
But
coming to me like,
But this is
But
border
you've hit the nail on the
control.
head this week. Over to you, Danny.
Border control,
yes.
and I'm going to kind of do a similar thing that I did last week. It's something to do with each of your locations. But this weekend, obviously, I had the boys come down, and Bradley had gone home, but me, Jake, and James, we did a Sweeney Todd escape room, which we did escape with 3 minutes to spare. And then we also went to Hastings Crime Museum, which is like in these caves, and there's loads of like true crime memorabilia in there and stories and things you can do. And so it was all about serial killers and the such, but it was brilliant. And so I thought, okay, well, maybe I'll look and see what serial killers there were in each of your different locations. So we're going to go to Belfast first. Do you know about any kind of like serial killers that might have been famous in Belfast? Did you like?
Michael
Did
Stone?
anybody
Don't.
like?
Be careful. Be careful.
Like as a kid, like like your parents, like, oh, be careful because of this person, or
Probably
not
people
that they
in the
like
paramilitary
lived around
groups,
you,
but I have no idea. They were probably my next door neighbour or something. Probably my dad's best mate.
Well, I'm going to talk about one guy that's from County Antrim.
Yes.
So that's Belfast, right?
Yeah.
So this is a doctor that was rumored to have killed hundreds of his patients. No, not ringing any
Right.
bells yet. So his name
No.
was
Dentist.
Dr. John Bodkin Adams. And in 1957, he was the headline news around the world. So there were lots of stories, lurid stories about how Dr. Bodkin Adams targeted elderly female patients in the, get this, in the English seaside town of Eastbourne. So that brings you to where I am, because obviously and that's
Oh
where we did
my
the escape room.
God.
Yeah.
That was in the crime museum, wasn't it? I remember reading the name Bodkin.
So yeah, he changed their wills in his favor. He cut them off from their families and then killed them with lethal injections of morphine and heroin.
What?
And there was apparently reports that he was the richest doctor in the UK, lived in a big house, and even had his own chauffeur-driven Rolls Royce.
I'm gobsmacked. I must read up on him now.
Or get this, so it's also rumored that it was the precursor to another notorious serial killer in the kind of GP doctor field. Anyone want to hazard a guess who that might have been?
Was
Dr.
it
what?
Shipman?
It was,
Harold Shipman.
yeah, Harold
Who?
Shipman. And where do you think he's from, Jake?
England?
Oh,
No. Jake? Nottingham?
He was
Midlands.
born in Nottingham. Yeah.
Oh
I did not
my.
realise that.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Born in Nottingham. I think he lived in some place in Manchester, but yeah, born in Nottingham in 1946. Also a doctor and serial killer who murdered about 250 of his patients.
Jesus, what is it with these doctors?
I know.
wonder if I'll
Isn't
get
that
to see a
crazy? Like
doctor.
Belfast to Eastbourne to Nottingham.
Yeah, what are the chances?
Crazy.
Crazy.
Did he go on holiday to Dublin one time?
I'm sure he did. But
With Bram Stoker.
Yeah.
yeah, I still can't work out if Bram Stoker did visit Dublin. There was something. I'll find it, and maybe actually
Oh,
one of
he's
the listeners.
from Dublin.
Oh, he is from Dublin.
Yeah, he's from Clontarf, Dublin.
Okay, that's where I read it then. All right, well, staying in Nottingham, and okay, yes, we had that Harold Shipman connection. I thought we'd go to a different serial killer. So there's a guy that was dubbed the Snighton Strangler. Sneinton?
Okay.
Is that a place in Nottingham?
I've not heard of it. But
Sneinton. Oh, I need some creepy music over this.
Hold on, let me see what I can do for you.
Yeah, it needs to
Well,
be like, and then I
especially
can
with my
put
red
on a
background as
voice
well.
like this.
Have you ever read, is it Helter Skelter? It's like a serial killer book.
No.
I thought you were on about like Goosebumps.
No, I think it's Helter
Yeah.
Skelter. And it's based on a serial killer.
Ooh. I'm not going to lie. For those that are watching on Spotify and YouTube, the look of nervousness on Rachel's face when
I was like, what's he
I thought
going
he
to
was
say?
I am Jake the Ripper.
No, just very hot in here.
Okay,
I
what
love
about this?
serial killer scary things.
Oh, it's not playing through the
I can
podcast.
hear it though.
Hold on.
Between December 2004 and January 2005, Mark Martin strangled to death 3 young homeless women. Mark Martin was on a macabre mission, declaring that he wanted to become Nottingham's first serial killer. Right. Between December 2004
Oh, God.
and
We did you from number 29.
so from December 2004 and January 2005, he strangled to death 3 young homeless women, and he was issued a whole life tariff. And now I don't know what that is. Is that longer than life? A whole life tariff?
I think
or
it's like
just
you're
life?
never coming out.
Right.
You're just never coming out.
So yeah, he killers everywhere.
That's a good thing, isn't it?
So let's
If he's listening,
let's go to Dublin. Now we have to go all the way
Ooh.
back to 1761 for this one.
That was probably our last serial killer.
61.
And this is a
1761?
female serial killer by the name of
I know who this is.
who is it?
No, no. I'm thinking of Mara Hindley.
Darky.
She was born a little bit later than 1761.
Is it Darky?
It is. It's Darky Kelly.
Ooh.
Dorcas Darky Kelly died on the 7th of
Darky?
January 1761. Was an Irish brothel keeper and an alleged serial killer, and was burned at the stake in Dublin in 1761. So they must have thought she was a
So,
witch.
like, she
as
got
well.
burnt?
Yeah,
She
burned
got
her at the
burned?
stake. Yeah.
a witch.
Oh.
So Dorcas Kelly was a madam who operated the Maiden Tower brothel in Copper Alley, which I believe is now a pub named Darky Kelly's, or near there somewhere. But yeah, it was a brothel on Copper Alley off Fishamble Street. Do you know that street?
Yeah,
James?
I know Fishambles, yeah.
It's in the southwest part of Dublin. Yeah, convicted of killing shoemaker John Dowling on St. Patrick's Day, 1760. So Kelly was executed by partial hanging. God, bloody hell. So they, all right, let's hang her first and then bloody burn her. So they partial hanging and then burned her at the stake on Gallows Road. The modern street now is Bagot Street.
Yeah.
And after her execution, she was waked, I don't know what this means, by prostitutes on Copper Alley. 13 of them were arrested for disorder and sent to Newgate Prison.
Do you not know what an Irish wake is?
No, is
A
that
wake
just
is like basically where we have
a party?
Yeah, where they have the coffin
Basically,
laid out
yeah.
in the house, and yeah, basically,
you have nibbles and drinks and
and
I
everyone
don't
came.
have.
You didn't even have to be close
I
to
don't
them.
do wakes.
You
Well,
You don't.
we do wakes, but we do them in the funeral parlour.
Oh, okay.
Well, we do the do. You said do, and now I'm saying do.
We do the
we
do-do,
do
do-do-do.
that as well. We do the do what we can do when we do.
Well, a few people have done it, but mainly there's two sides of the community.
Yeah.
Yes.
well, I'd want my
Let's not
wake
go
to be a
there.
party.
That's
Anyway. I'd want people having nibbles and
ours is a
dancing.
party.
We'll prop you up, Danny, and we'll put a wee drink in hand, a wee JD and Coke,
Love it.
and we'll have a wee. We'll rock around the coffin.
And put my fake boobs
Rock
on.
around the clock.
Put my fake tits on.
Have you seen all those?
And James will walk around every time and slap.
Have you seen that TikTok trend at the moment where people are like laid out in their coffin, and it's like me at my funeral when somebody whips out a vape, and it's just them going, "And I rise up."
Jesus Christ!
I've seen it going around on TikTok where I think there was an old woman that she was a bit of a party. Well, she is a bit of a party animal. And she's like, "Sod this! I'm not having you having a party when I'm gone. I'm having my wake now." And she had her own wake before she died.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Get in.
Do you reckon
Good-
at Pink's wake
good
she'll
fella.
be suspended over the crowd and going around the church like she is at our gigs?
Oh, that's funny.
So yeah,
Right, take us out,
that's
Danny.
border control this week. All
That was
about serial
interesting.
killers. And I think what I'm going to try and do is try and find little nuggets like that for each of our locations. So we'll see what it might be next week.
That was kind of like a snowball. It just snowballed into another and into another.
As snowballs do.
I'm worried what you're going to find out now about my area.
Oh, Jix, you look really worried there. You're like, I'm really
You should.
worried.
I
know,
found
the-
out
this-
a lot.
this- That was just over the weekend. It's not nervousness; it's the heat. I've got the glow.
Is Jake coming out or something? What did you find out?
Just you wait and see. He left his phone unlocked. No, I'm joking, Jake.
What's redder,
He's
the light
worried.
or Jake's
Look at him,
face?
he's worried.
Well, before anything gets
Screenshots.
divulged. Have you got anything to add, Danny, before we move on?
I haven't. That is
No.
border control. Thank you.
This week on the quiz, I am taking reign and sitting back and watching these three suffer while.
God help us.
Yeah. Well,
You
to be
mean
honest, right?
Rachel suffer?
Well, I don't think anyone's going to suffer because I have gone very lightly on you this week on the quiz, and I'm expecting fives across the board. Well, no, fives across somebody's board anyway.
Mine,
So before we get started, can I hear everyone's buzzers? Ladies first. Rachel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody get up, it's time to slay.
It takes me a while to kick in. That's the Space Jam.
Are you sure about that? Because you're going to be giving out about it later that won't kick in.
Let the lads go first. Go and I'll find one here.
Okay.
Well,
fucking
mine's-
right. We'll go with Jake then next. Oh, have we got
Okay.
Danny's?
Well, I was going to say my
Danny's ready to
soundboard's
go.
not working, so I'm just going to go, oh!
Okay, that'll do.
And what a way to follow on with mine of.
Spit on that thing.
Okay. Hack to it.
There you go. Where's mine?
Okay, right. We'll go with that.
They all seem to interlink somehow.
Mhm. Right. Question number 1. How many pieces of fudge did? No, I'm joking.
That would have been a good one.
Play along at home if you were listening. Now, the first question is: what do you call a group of flamingos?
Spit on that thing.
I think that was Jake first.
Is it a flamboyance?
Is it a flamboyance? That is correct. Jake is right.
Ooh.
He got it.
I was going to say birds.
Are you taking notes here? Are you taking points?
I am taking notes, but I also was trying to get my
No,
buzzer
10
sound
points.
linked, but it wasn't working. Okay, Jake is on the board with 1. Okay, next question I have. Fingers on buzzers. What is a duel between 3 people called?
A duel between 3 people.
Spit on that thing.
Again.
Is it a threesome?
What?
No, it's not. So,
Oh.
questions open for Danny and Rachel.
Is this like Harry Potter themed or something?
No, a duel. Like it's a medieval battle type.
Oh, a duel. Oh, okay. I thought you meant-
Ooh! It's not.
Danny?
It's not. No, I was going to say quartet, but that's not right. Because I think that's.
That's
That's
music.
a band, isn't it?
Yeah, but isn't it? Oh, God, yeah. Never
I
mind.
know.
Rachel,
Quartet's
last.
4, 3s.
Triple.
I don't know.
Your pass.
Past gone.
Okay, so duel is between 2 people, and between 3 people is a trill, believe it or not.
Ah,
Have you made that
Like a
up?
trio,
Come on.
truel.
a truel.
Trill, a duel and a trill. So
What's
nobody
four?
gets a point on the board for that question. So we'll move on to question number 3.
Wait, my phone's locked.
Can't get the stuff.
Ooh!
Your buzzer.
Are you ready?
You could use your trumpet
Ready.
from season 1.
Oh,
We'll do it next week. We'll do
I'm
that next
ready.
week.
question number, whenever you're ready. Sure,
I'm ready.
You said that with some grit. How many hearts does an octopus have?
Oh,
Spit on that thing.
Jake?
2.
Incorrect. We're going to pass it over to Dan. Oh, Jesus.
it was
Rachel.
No, pass it to Danny since he
damn
hit
right.
first.
Oh, did he? I
4.
didn't hear that. Sorry.
I
Well,
didn't.
no, he didn't actually, but I'm letting
I
him
did,
go
I went,
'cause he was
"Oh."
next in
Oh.
after you.
When Jake.
Well, either way, that was incorrect. So we're going to go with Rachel.
6?
Also incorrect. The answer is 3.
Can we have closest 2? We can't.
I
Because
just
Jake
thought-
said
One was 2 and one was 4, so we can't have a winner.
Half a
Let's,
point each.
okay, let's not need to give both of them a point, and that means you were 1 behind both of them.
Doesn't matter then. Forget about it.
I'll sacrifice.
Okay, question number 4. So far, it's 1-0 to Jake, 0 to Rachel, 0 to Danny. Come back with this one, maybe. This is probably a bit unfair for Rachel. What is the smallest country in the world?
Spit on that thing.
Jake?
Is it Vatican City?
It is the Vatican City.
Oh, I could have got that. I got engaged
I
there.
was going to say Hawaii.
Did you?
I'm
did?
so bad.
Well, not in the
That's
Vatican
US
City, but I
state.
got engaged in
Yeah, but
Rome.
I'm so bad.
I don't know
Yeah,
why
it's actually
I stuttered.
it's actually less than 2 lengths of a square mile. Believe it or not.
Wow.
Hawk 2, spit on that.
Hockey 2. Well, Jake has actually got hockey 2 points on the board. Rachel's got 0 and Danny's got 1.
Neil
So-
Qua.
Yeah, but Jake was
Right.
pointless and stuff like that. So
Right, the last question requires me to give me the year of something. So just to
oh,
win, if you get it bang on,
2008.
I'll give you 3 points, which could have could have Rachel and Danny steal the crown last round. If none of you get the question correct on the button, we're going to give it to the closest year.
Is this
fingers-
winner takes all?
If you get the answer spot on with the year, otherwise closest 2 wins with 1 point on the board.
Okay.
Hang on. I'm going to have a word with management here because every time I'm in the lead with your quiz, come on,
All right,
right?
Karen.
Let me win this fair and square.
Right, let's go. You might do it. Okay, fingers on buzzers. Here we go. What year was the first iPhone released? Rachel first.
2001.
2001. It's incorrect. So
Good. Spit on that name.
okay, we'll go with Jake.
2004.
2004 is also incorrect. Danny, we'll need your answer on this one.
Oh.
I'm going to say 2009.
2009. It is also wrong. The closest answer was Danny, and the year was 2007. So that means at the end of 5 questions, Rachel gets 0, Danny has 1, and Jake has 2. Jake wins this week.
Woo,
Well done, Jake.
Well
Well
done.
done,
Thank you.
Jake.
Thank you. I take back my complaint.
I'm never gonna win.
Yeah,
You will one day.
Ever. I'll take the trophy for the person who has never won the quiz in all seasons.
So we never
The
won.
participation trophy.
I've won probably once.
Have you?
Well,
I'll make it
next
so you
week is
can
me,
win mine.
so-
Don't worry.
Yes.
yeah.
Joking.
Well,
Who's next week?
it's me next week.
Is that?
I
Oh,
think so, yeah. So something familiar is coming back. That's all I will say.
Don't say crabs.
No.
I know
No,
what you're
I've-
gonna do. You're gonna do the lyrics again, and you're just gonna
Oh,
talk
no.
like this, and no one's gonna know what's going on.
Don't rate. That's him singing.
Danny, you haven't heard this quiz, and maybe you have. You have.
I have.
You definitely have. You've listened. To it.
Yeah.
Jake, you better sing then, since Danny says you were good at the weekend. Let's
Thank
fill
you.
everybody in what happened. Tell them all, even me.
Jake will sing
I had a
in
little
the
sing
car.
along in the car,
Mhm.
and
And he managed to make
Yeah,
it.
it
And
wasn't.
Danny's buzzer went off. Ooh!
Oh, Jake, you were in tune.
Nice
Yeah.
notes.
La la la.
I hit
there's
that
your
key.
note, Jake.
Remember that?
He just doesn't have the range.
This is your note.
This is your note.
Do you know what it was like? Do you know the scene in Step Brothers where they were singing along? To
Yeah.
Sweet Child of Mine? It was like that in the car.
Yeah, you're the wife.
I'm gonna need to remind
She's
myself.
not but she
Ooh,
It's getting awfully hot in here.
I can sing. I love when he does that.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what mood I'm in next week, and you might get a tune out of me.
Oh,
That's if we want to end the podcast here and now.
Oh, wait, on the actual episode? It's going to hockey to it on that bass?
It just depends what
Hockey
songs
to on
that I've got
beat.
coming up.
oh dear God.
This week on Confessional, strap in because we got some juicy stories for you, as always.
I'm so excited.
And oh, Daddy likes this. He's fond of this.
Is it about the weekend?
Oh, is it? So, I stumbled into a fudge shop. No,
Not again. Not again.
no, it's not. None of these are actually all just submissions. So none of these are from me, Jake, Danny, or yourself for that matter. So let's get going with these ones. I once walked through a car park, had some glare on the front window. I was looking into the direction for a good 30 seconds. I walked past this car to mine and could see a young mom rushing to cover herself up from breastfeeding from this perv. So apparently he was walking towards the car, directly looking at this car with the woman breastfeeding in the window
So,
as well.
so the woman was covering up because she thought the guy was looking in the window.
Yeah, so the glare was right at her window, and he couldn't see her breastfeeding in the car. But all she could see was him walking straight towards her, looking at her for 30 seconds. And when he got and the glare was gone, he realized she was there breastfeeding and trying to cover herself up because it looked like he was going directly over to her.
And see, I love those
Oh,
ones,
awkward.
and I
God.
love the ones where like there's like it's
Yeah.
a mirror, but on the other side you can see through, and like
Yeah.
people do those
Oh.
TikToks where it's like they're like checking themselves out,
Oh,
not realizing that there's
No,
somebody on the other side.
Well, this person actually gave us a double. They gave us another one and said another moment. It's also a dog story, but this one's a bit bit funnier. There's no death in this one, don't
Yeah.
worry. Another moment was when my dog, who was off the lead walking on the pad, somehow stumbled onto a yoga group doing a session on a semi-private area just off of it. He ran slightly ahead, so I lost sight of him for about 5 seconds. When I see him again, my heart sinks. He's right next to the instructor, spinning on the spot. I don't exaggerate. He spins about 10 times before he has a shit.
Oh, I can
He
picture
then
Jack's doing
lays, he then lays a shit inches from the instructor who's teaching about 25 people.
Downward dog,
I can
everybody.
picture Jack's doing
Downward
that,
dog.
only
A
literally
little spin.
ruining the whole session. He would just go in and jump on top of everybody.
I've had
When
a
I
similar.
first read that, I thought it was going to be somebody who's doing downward dog and he started mounting.
Stop.
Oh, I've had a similar instance with Baxter though. Awkward
Whoa.
moment. The wrong time to have a shit. I was taking him a walk, and this sort of goes back to wakes and funerals. There were people standing outside the door waiting, and I was walking, and he decided to pick his moment.
Take a
And-
shit outside their house, did he?
Yeah, well, everyone was waiting. Yeah.
Oh God.
My dog does
And it was
that
that
though,
awkward moment
where he
missed shit.
spins and just keeps
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
You know what that is? Like dogs can actually sense the magnetic field of the earth, so the poles go from north to south. So they'll only ever lie down, piss or shit in a north to south or south to north position. They'll never go longitude wise. They'll only go latitude.
Does your
What
dog
always-
the
ever like
hell?
after they piss or shit? Do they ever like?
If you try test
That's
it,
what
and
I
listeners, yeah, no, but you three try this, and listeners try as well. We've all got compasses on our phone. Wherever our dog is lying down, point the phone in the direction they're going in. It's always going to be north to south or south to north.
Actually lying
Oh
down
my
if they're lying
goodness,
down
I'm gonna
sleeping,
try it. Mm.
and their head facing like, yeah.
I know
So
they
look,
look at you.
we know Taco loves sunbathing at the window, Danny. Let's see what position is your house
Well-
facing?
I don't actually know. I'm using my phone as my camera right now, but
Okay, right.
I'll find out.
If your house is north facing, it gets the sun, does it not? So that
No,
would
if
be
no, it's not. If it's
south
north
facing,
or
I think.
south facing, yeah. Yeah, so your house goes from left to right, or your sun goes left to right, Danny, doesn't it? Yeah, so your
yeah, it
house
goes
is
over.
south facing.
Right.
Yeah, your house is south facing then, I think.
I think we're south facing too because we wanted to get a house prior and there was no sun out the back, and I think it was north. I think it has to be south facing, doesn't it?
Yeah, south. Well, south, it'll go across the front. I don't know.
Jacob's getting all scientific after a dog shit
Mm.
story.
Now watch
did-
everyone's sending me photos now of the compass and their dog, and it's not north or south.
So
Well, no,
sorry,
I stand by it.
you'll get more sunshine with a south facing garden.
Yeah.
As the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, the south side of any house will see the most hours of sunlight during the day, especially the north Hampshire.
Hemisphere.
So South Facing Garden takes advantage. Oh, Hemisphere takes advantage of this. There you are.
Mm.
So let's check out where our
Oh.
dogs start lying in the sun.
Well, I'm just after looking up an article here, and it says the internal compasses of dogs, and there's a pop up as soon as I start reading it. Internal compasses of dogs, and they're designed to line north to south when pooping. So it is a theory. It's Heineck Borda's theory
So it's
that
only when they're
they
pooping.
have a tendency. I'm pretty sure I've read somewhere that it's lying down too, because they can feel the flux, so they don't like it going through their body like in sections like that. They have a tendency to line north-south axis when taking a poop. Yeah,
That was me at
basically
the
that's it.
weekend. I
What did
read
you
it.
do?
Yeah, I had to line a north-south facing
Yeah.
position.
I've just spent the weekend cleaning it up.
One little fact.
At least
Well,
he
about
did
dogs
go on the
pooping.
mat.
Yeah.
like a good
I
boy.
was clean. One little fact about dogs pooping. Did you know why they always stare at you while they have a poo?
Why?
It's because it's for their safety. They're relying on you for protecting them should anything try and attack them.
When
Yeah,
they're
because they're
having
at
a
the most
shit.
vulnerable. Which one of you take a shit?
Again, I feel quite awkward when I catch eyes with my dog and they're taking a poo. I'm like, "Oh, sorry, dude.
I know, same.
I'm not looking, sorry.
Jax is like, you can see him and he's going. And he looks at you and you're like, okay, son, take a shit. I'll pick it up in a minute. It's all right, don't worry.
You know how they say?
Go on.
Go on. I was going to say, do you know how they say owners look like the dogs? Why don't we
Yeah.
get listeners and viewers to submit pictures of themselves
And
doing
their
the
dogs.
impression of their dogs?
Oh, get an
Yeah, let's do
impression.
that. Dude, what, you
Yeah.
want people to start pretending they're having a shit facing north like their dog?
No. Now we're going back to the episode of wanting to run about like a goblin.
Oh, yeah.
No, we're not running about like our dogs.
No.
Definitely
No.
not.
Moving swiftly on. You got anything else
Yeah,
for
let's
us?
move on. I've got one last story for you that I saved for last.
Go
And
for it.
it's moving away from the poo and going into, well, we'd always talk about discussing, so I'll let you find out in a bit. At uni in first year, we went on a boat party trip to London. Naturally, we were all drinking loads before, so we didn't have to buy drinks when we get there. But as soon as we all got on those double-decker buses we heard to take us there, we all needed a piss. My best mate and I had it the worst, and we genuinely thought that we were going to wet ourselves. Eventually, we managed to get an empty plastic bottle off of someone. My mate said he would fight me over using it, so I let him piss in it. But I was so desperate, I grabbed the hot bottle of piss to pour it out the window. Driving down the motorway, I opened the window to the bus and poured it out. Only the wind blew it across about 8 people on the bus. It hit this one girl really bad and she started crying. Her rugby boyfriend stood up and I was prepared to get punched. So to my surprise, he actually was more angry at the guy who pissed in it as opposed to me. So went after my mate who hid at the back of the bus. Anyway, apologizing profusely and giving my jacket to them to clean it off. We shortly pulled over at a service station so everyone could go to the toilet. So yeah, that's mine.
Oh my god, that poor girl.
So she must have got
Well,
the
went over
brunt
a
of
few
it.
people, didn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it went over 8 people apparently.
Do you know what reminds me? See, when you first said we're on a bus and they needed to go
Mm.
for a pee, did anybody ever know the wee song? Stop the bus and eat away, way. Stop the bus and eat away, way. Yeah.
So,
No.
No.
The old school bangers.
I've got
That's just
I've
must
got
be
a similar
Belfast.
story, but I don't want to embarrass my friend. But she knows who she is. We were on a skiing trip, and
Oh,
we were trying to get to the resort. And the drive, it was quite a long drive. It was like 3 hours, but the coach had just gone off, and we were on the motorway. And she was like, "I really need to pee. I really, really, really need to pee." And the bus driver was like, "Okay, well, look, there's an exit coming up. We'll come off there, but then there's nothing. So this is the only opportunity we've got." What does the bus driver do? Misses the exit, goes straight past it.
oh,
She's like in absolute floods of tears. But she's like, I've got to go. I've got to go. So she did. She went. And I felt so bad for her, but yeah, she had to go.
Did it run down the bus? Did we?
Yes,
Did
it
we?
did. It ran all at the back of the bus, and it stank of piss. But we love her, and that's her pissy story to tell.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Here, you can't hold what's not in your hand, so let it go.
Well done.
Well, because it's
We
harder
need
for
a few
women,
piss
isn't
stories
it?
from you.
It's harder for
What?
women to
Yeah,
pee
well, apparently.
because we can
Yes.
just put our thing to a bottle, whereas you can't.
Exactly.
Get a clothes pick.
No,
Yeah.
we have to go and find a wee bush somewhere and squat and freaking with no tissue, drip dry and jiggle it. And
But doesn't it just kind of go everywhere when you
Take it like a tail.
go?
does what?
Does it go everywhere and just kind of like spurt?
It just makes a wee trail, and you might end up pissing on your shoe or leg or fucking. Yeah.
We'll get you a shiwi for your birthday.
I need a shiwi. Yes.
We'll start a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Well,
Why don't we have
well-
meet in the middle
Go
branded
shaming.
shiwis?
Let's go.
Let's get a few of the listeners' piss stories in, and now might be a good time to let them know we've actually got a new email address.
Yay!
So send in your confessionals to, get ready for it, meet@inthemiddlepodcast.co.uk.
I'm impressed you've got it right the first time.
Who do you think I am?
Good job.
You? I'm professional.
It took me about
So
3
just
takes.
to hear
the
that
first
one
episode.
again is meet@inthemiddlepodcast.co.uk. Send all your confessionals in, whether they're piss related, poo related, shiwi related, or on a bus. Send them all in to us and let us hear them. We'll keep them all anonymous. Right, that's my confessionals for this week. And that sounds like it's our episode wrapped up. Episode 36.
Love it.
Woo!
It's in the bag.
Well done, everyone.
26.
Listeners,
Yep.
I hope you enjoy. Listeners and watchers, I keep forgetting that we have video now.
We got video now. And if you are watching and you made it this far, please give us a 5-star review and make sure you hit that follow or subscribe button, depending on where you're watching or listening.
And if your friends haven't heard of it, tell your friend.
Yeah.
Share, baby.
Leave us a little
Share,
cheeky comment
bitch.
as well, and we'll reply back to you. Yeah.
Share the love of our
Share,
podcast.
bitch.
I thought you said share piss.
That's what happened in that story.
Share piss.
Share, piss.
Right, thanks for listening,
Thank
and we'll
you.
see you all again next
Over and
week.
out. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.